Last night I saw on the news that Microsoft is urging everyone who's using Windows 10 to upgrade to the most current version of Windows 10, which right now, as of August, I believe today is the 14th or 15th, let's see, August 15th, appears to be for the vast majority of us Windows version 1903, 1903. So I think it would be helpful if I showed how to check your computer and see if you're at version 1903 if you have Windows 10, and if not, how to get into version 1903. Now I can caution you. While Microsoft says it's very important, and I believe it probably is very important to do it as soon as you possibly can. It took several hours. Last night I was too tired to wait for my computer to download all the information, so I went to sleep. And after I woke up and everything had been downloaded, it was still like another 5 hours for my computer to run the update. Now that may be because how long it's been since I've done my previous update, but there's a good chance that the process is going to take a long time. Maybe less than 5 hours, maybe more than 5 hours, but it took my computer about 5 hours after it had downloaded everything overnight, and I restarted it at 11 o'clock this morning. There was still like another 4 or 5 hours to go before it completed and brought me up to version 1903. So let me show you how to check what version you're at right now, and if you're not at 1903, how to get there. Okay, so now you can see that I'm at my computer, and I want to see what version of Windows I'm running. So I'm going to come down here to the Start window, right over here. I'm going to click on it one time, and I'm going to go up to the gear for Settings. I'm going to click on it one time, and I'm going to go over to System, and I'm going to click on it one time, and I'm going to scroll down to the word About. I'm going to click on the word About one time, scroll down to Windows Specifications. So I've got Windows 10 Home version 1903 installed on 8/15/2019. So I'm at 1903 like I wanted to be, and that's it. If you're at 1903 for the month of August 2019, you should be right where you want to be. For the vast majority of users. There's other users who are probably at a higher version, like the beta users for Microsoft are probably at a higher version, but I think as long as you hit 1903, you're where the news people said yesterday you want to be, even though they didn't specify what version you should upgrade to. I think as long as you hit 1903, you should be good. That's it. Bye. Oh, no, I wanted to show you how to get there. So, let's do this. Let's close that. Reopen. Settings. Hang on a second. I want to check something. Yeah, we'll reopen. We'll scroll down to Update and Security. Click on that. And it says, congratulations, you've just installed the newest feature update. We'll continue to check daily for newer updates. But suppose that it didn't say this, you'd still have this box here that says check for updates. and you can click on check for updates, and it's checking for updates, and it might find a small update that I could perform. If it does, maybe I'll go ahead and do that. If not, that's basically how you check for updates. Is you go to the gear and then you scroll down to system updates and click on check for updates. Alright, it looks like this is going to take a while. Maybe I should pause the camera. You know, as soon as I pause the camera, it's going to find it. There we go. Okay. Cumulative updates. Oh, it's going to actually download some new updates. So even though I'm at 1903, there is something else that I can do. But if you're at 1903, you should be good. Let's see. It's doing this fairly quickly. I can probably... There's a good chance I'll be able to complete this. Oh, it looks like it's updating two things. It's doing this cumulative update for .NET Framework 3.5, 4.8 for Windows 10 version 1903, and it's at the same time doing a security update for Adobe Flash Player for Windows 10 version 1903. So let's see if we can get both of these done at the same time, and I'll show that process. But chances are what they were really concerned with is getting you into 1903, and that they're probably not so concerned about these two. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these are important. Maybe these are what helps provide the security against the vulnerabilities that were so concerning to Microsoft that they had multiple news stations say, please update your Windows 10. Because I saw the story on multiple news stations, so it's got to be something important that they're trying to, some kind of a vulnerability that they're trying to protect against. So maybe 1903 isn't the end-all be-all. Maybe it's these two that help with the protection. So it looks like it's already downloaded everything for the Adobe Flash Player update, and it's still about halfway finished with the download for the .NET Framework. But this is the process of updating, and so it's at 64% of this update has downloaded. Now it's at 84%, 86%, 88%, 89%, 91%. So we should have less than 10 seconds before it finishes downloading. But then it's going to take a while to load into the computer. So it's downloaded 100%. And hopefully it'll say that it's getting ready to install. So now they both say that they're pending the installation, and it might say that it needs a restart in order to do the installation. So let's see what happens. Give it some time to catch up. I have a very old, well, not very old, but a fairly old computer. It's probably, I want to say probably about 5 years old, and it's a laptop. So Not the fastest out there, not the fastest from 5 years ago even. So the download is done, but it's still, the computer itself has to work with what it just received in that download. And that's what's taking time now. So we'll just wait for it to say what it's looking for. If it's looking for a restart or... okay, so now this one says that it's starting to install. So the Adobe Flash Player for Windows 10 version 1903 has installed 17%, 38%, 45%, 66%, 74%, 90%, 92, 93, 96, 97, 99. I have worked this evening. Okay, so it's finished with the Adobe thing, and now it's starting with the .NET. I have worked tonight, and I've got food on the stove. It's at 11% for the .NET thing. Depending on how quickly this goes, I might get up and walk over to the stove to work on my dinner. 13%, I think I have time. Well, You know what, I want to get some seafood into the soup I just made while it's still hot. So I am going to step away. I'll be back. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Restart required. We'll go ahead with restart now. So while that restarts, I'll go ahead and open up the seafood and get that into my little pot of rice that I've cooked for my soup. I'll be back. still restarting. So I added some large scallops into my little pot of rice. I don't think they're gonna heat it up enough. I think I might have to reheat that pot of rice. I'll add the soup first. That'll give some more volume. Hopefully I can get it up to temperature and cool it off enough, quick enough that I can eat it before I have to get to work. While this is doing this, I'm gonna go stir that rice with the scallops in there, see if I can get those scallops heated up quick enough. Yeah, those scallops are ginormous. They were on sale. They were discounted by like $6 or $7 for a pound. So they were, I think, originally like $17 a pound, marked down to $9.99. And I think I know why they got marked down. Because the seal was put in the wrong spot on the package, which I just found out. Because if I'd have torn it where they expect you to tear it, the bag wouldn't have opened. But I used scissors anyhow, so no big deal. But now I got these huge scallops that are probably not going to come up to temperature just by the hotness of the rice. So I think I am going to have to add the soup in there to give more volume, then heat up the soup with the rice, get all that up to temperature so that the scallops cook, then try to cool it off enough where I can eat it before I head out to work. Okay, now I'm at 16 3/4 minutes. My camera shuts off at 20 minutes. So I might turn it off and then turn it back on again, because I don't know how long this is going to take. Why don't I do that right now? I'll go ahead and turn off the camera. Nah, let's wait. Let's wait till we get a number. Give me my little box. I need my little box. Maybe it wants me to click before it gives me the box. Okay, I'm going to click. Nope. Maybe, I don't know. The box should be forthcoming any second now, any minute. There we go. There's my box. Okie dokie. So I'm going to type in the password. I'm going to cover up the camera while I do that. Okay, so now we're at my screen, my desktop. We've restarted. So, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go to settings. I'm back at settings. And come on. So now we'll scroll down to updates and security, see if we have any more updates that we can add. Okay, I've only got about a half minute before my camera shuts off, so I'm going to turn it off now and turn it back on again to give me a whole nother 20 minutes. Not that I'll need those 20 minutes, but let's go ahead and turn it off. And now we're back on again. Okay. So the update and security, I clicked on it. It's taken a while. You know what? I bet it's still working on updating. Okay. It says I'm up to date. Let's check for updates again after that little blue thing stops spinning. Okay, so we'll check for updates. Now we got this little guy. And it's checking for updates. Still checking. You know what? I'm going to go stir the scallops into the rice. And what does it say? It still has one more. It's downloading. A security intelligence update for Windows Defender antivirus. Okay, so it's 20% done downloading that one. So even though I did do 1903, it's still downloading more stuff. So I can't say for sure that 1903 is all you need. You might need 1903 plus a couple of little updates too. But now it's at 30%. Let me go add the soup into the rice with the scallops. Okay, we are at 55%. I've now added a can of soup into the rice with the scallops so that I could turn the burner back on and get that pot up to temperature. I want it to hit at least 165, maybe closer to 100. Well, no, they're scallops, so they only need to go to 145. So if the soup goes to 165, I should be good. 67%, 68%. Let me go stir that soup. I'll be back. We're at 82%, 83%, 85%. So it's downloaded 100%. Pending installation. It's working on the installation. It looks like it applied that one automatically without needing to restart. So we'll do another check for updates. Alright, it says here up to date, which means I'm up to date. I'm going to go ahead and close it down. And so it looks like 1903, if you're running Windows 10 1903, you might have 3 little updates to add, and they might come in 2 separate packages. In other words, the Adobe thing and the other thing might be needed before you can do that last thing. But as long as you hit 1903 and then do a little bit extra, you should be good. That's it. I'll go ahead and shut down and try to upload this. Bye.